How's it going? My name is Tuan Tran. Welcome to my videos. Alright, in this installment you're seeing me do a fitness test or a performance test. So this is a test I like to do to try to increase the stabilization of my shoulders, improve the strength and endurance of my triceps, and ultimately lead to a better bench press for powerlifting. This also too will increase the demand into my core, and it will help me to improve upon my aesthetics. So there's a lot of reasons why anyone would want to do this performance test. So you can see that in the video I'm doing a feet elevated Davies push-up test. It's pretty simple, the setup. So on the steppers, over the years I have increased the height of the stepper so that my feet are slightly or somewhat above my head upon starting the push-up position. Obviously that elevation increases the difficulty of the test. If you are doing this test for the first time, I would probably highly suggest you just doing it with your feet on the ground. The other objectives of this test is to finish 100 repetitions. You have to do it in the fewest sets possible, and you only have 1 minute recovery time in between your sets. So those are the parameters of the test. So again, in my case, feet elevated above my head. The stepper is at a level 7, so 6 risers and the stepper equating to level 7 on the stepper. And you see I have everything in place, something to write down my numbers, my timer on my clock to time me for my 60 seconds, a mat so that I can place my knees down when I'm recovering, and then just execution. Upon the execution, I must go full range of motion, meaning either my chin or my chest or both have to touch the floor each time. So that will ensure range of motion is intact, because again, in a powerlifting competition, you must bring that bar to your chest for the lifts every single time. Now, other things that you should be aware of is wrist flexibility. Obviously, this would put your wrist in heavy amount of extension. So for those of you who might have some wrist issues, I would suggest maybe using something where you can grab and round your fingers around versus place your hands on the ground, just in case you do not have the strength and the flexibility of your wrists. Also, before performing this test, you might have to ensure that your shoulders are in good health, and that you don't have like adhesive capitalized or frozen shoulder or shoulder impingements, or if you have posture deviations like cryptosis. I mean, you might have to be aware of your limitations. But at the same time, this test is actually designed to also challenge you on posture aspects and biomechanics. So if you cannot complete the test for whatever reason, if you do attempt it, that is a direct indication that something is off. You should have the ability to go full range of motion. Technically, you should have the ability to have your hands on the ground, and you should be able to perform this exercise. If you cannot finish because of joint pain, then that means you have a deviation of some kind. Your joint complexes are compromised somewhere, and the link tension relationships between the muscles upon activation and stretching, and also how they function together, needs to be addressed one way or another. So those are just some insights on why you couldn't finish the test. Alright, so as I explained, this is my first of many of these performance tests that I'll do to get my body ready for a competition or a meet or something, whether it be aesthetics or performance. Usually if individuals can do a tremendous amount of push-ups with their own body weight or with their feet elevated to increase the intensity, most likely that the individual is stronger, meaning they have more power, because your body weight is only a percentage of your 1 rep max. So the higher your 1 rep max, the more push-ups you can perform. So a pretty simple equation when it comes to performance, when it comes to endurance and power. So a powerlifter who's trying to, let's say, bench press twice their body weight, well, then that means they would have to have a very powerful bench press, and that means they should be able to run through a tremendous amount of push-ups with ease if they can bench press twice their body weight, because then when performing a push-up, you're only using a percentage of your weight. Here's an example. When I was 195 pounds, I was able to bench press 402. When doing a push-up, you're only using about maybe 50% of your body weight or more depending on the position of your feet and how you go about the execution of the push-up. In this case, I'm doing a Davies push-ups where I'm destabilizing, challenging the stabilizers in my shoulders and putting more stress on my triceps and my core while doing each rep. So a good goal to have for individuals is to be able to say, let's say bench press twice their body weight, they should be able to perform anywhere from 75 to 100 push-ups without stopping. If an individual can do that, most likely they'll be highly successful at bench pressing twice their body weight. So that just kind of gives you a little bit of insight on ratios, percentages, calisthenic exercises, along with weight training aspects. There's many ways to go about it, but this is just one of the ways I have gone about it throughout the years. And hopefully this video gives you a lot more insight on how these performance tests can improve and help you move forward when it comes to your performance, athletic ability, and aesthetics. All right, so as you can see, I'm at the end of my video. And it took a while for this one, and I'm hoping that in the future performance tests, when I do this every 4 to 6 weeks, that I will improve upon this, maybe edging out an extra set, decreasing the amount of total sets for this test. And that's all it is. How quickly can you get to 100 repetitions with the fewest sets possible with only 60 seconds recovery in between sets? All right. As always, I hope my videos will give you insight and alignment when it comes to training. And as always, I hope you are moving towards your fitness, wellness, and performance goals. Take care.